Hey, everybody, it's Neal Brennan. Before we start the episode, I just wanted to name some dates we're going to be at. Moshe is about to go on tour. He's going to like 1,000 cities. He's probably coming to your city. Go fuck with him. Buy his book, Kasher in the Rye, and check his website, moshekasher.com, for where he's coming. You can go and fuck with your boy. I'm going to be in San Diego at the Comedy Store in La Jolla. I'm going to be at Lake Tahoe at some fucking place. And I'm also going to be at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey. So come fuck with your other boy. All right, let's start the show. Bye.
Night after night, Questlove pounds his drums like a motherfucking wizard.
Oh boy. Yeah. That's what you did the drum? Fucking with the jam? Yeah, man. Well, if I had to. I just don't have to do anything, ladies and gentlemen. No, let them make it fun. Just is he nervous? Stand by. He's nervous. I'm nervous. Douggpound is nervous. All right. I guess we have in the building. You know why.
DJ Douggpound in the mix.
All right, that's not the one either. You're fucking with the champs, ladies and gentlemen.
We have a show where you say we're fucking with the champs, Doug?
This is the 36th episode, perhaps.
Can't I do me for one night?
Yeah, you do you.
You know what, Doug? You're right.
Yeah.
We were wrong to even...
Don't let me bully you into anything, Doug.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're fucking with the one and only champs.
the one and only world famous champs.
What a great episode we were about to have. I'm so damn excited.
Let's not jinx it. You don't know.
Man, I can't jinx it. I feel so good. Yeah, that's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the show, arguably the biggest champs fan on the earth.
I was going to say, I read... Yeah, I noticed not to talk whenever when Doug doesn't drop. I guess I'm the first guest of the show that is actually very much aware of the show obsessively.
Yes. Yeah.
As in, I've heard every episode at least 3 to 5. Okay, I'm lying. Like maybe 10 times each.
For real?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, that's great.
Multiple listens?
Yeah, like I find like I listen when I'm working out. This is my workout thing. Like when most people are listening to Wayne or whoever, Young Money in the gym, like this is what.
First of all, we're flattered.
All right,
Very flattered because you know what?
I'm gonna try not to nerd out. No, I want you guys to. I want you to insult me with the thing.
No, but nerd out because I've been
get
listening.
the Martin Lawrence shits up and all that stuff.
I've been listening to your music since I was like 15, 16 years old. So hey, I feel good about that.
I've been listening to music since I was like 28.
Well, you're a lot older than I am.
Since I met you, and I was like, I guess I'll listen to it now.
No, guys, it's really my pleasure to be here.
No, it's a pleasure to have you.
I'm a massive fan of the show.
All right, our guest today is Ahmir Thompson, Questlove. You know him I know him on the street.
Legendary Roots crew.
I know the street.
In the building.
I know him as Ahmir Thompson.
Right.
But everybody, Questlove from the Jimmy Fallon show. Right?
The job that you got me.
Yes, thank you.
Do you have applause? Because it's going to be about Neal today.
Yeah, it's always about Neal.
I want to talk about you.
You won't get penalized for any of your.
Oh wait, you mean
of my name dropping?
Do you mean
Relative newcomer Neal Brennan.
What was that?
Brennan got his first big break as a writer-director on Chappelle's show.
What the fuck
is that?
Is that Neal's mom talking about it?
Way to cherry pick your friends, Brennan.
I literally have no idea what that is. What is that from?
Relative newcomer Neal Brennan.
Relative newcomer Neal Brennan.
Wait, I can tell already this is going to be the worst episode of the 36. Promise me that you won't edit a lot.
I'll
make it fresh.
Look, I can't promise anything.
Is he going to edit all this out?
No,
Neal's a diabolical motherfucker, man.
Chappelle used to say I would cut him out of the show if I could. Now, let's just start from there's shit that I didn't know about you that I've only read from, I didn't know that your dad was a musician.
Yeah, my dad, he was an oldies doo-wop singer in the mid 50s or the late.
They didn't call them oldies in the 50s, though. Right?
They called it doo-wop.
Tonight we're playing some oldies. We just wrote this last night.
You're right. Yeah, it's a doo-wop music.
Right.
Did he like Tiger Woods you, where he was like, you're going to be a drummer?
He took you on tour with him, right?
Yeah, I think they more or less pulled a ruse on me. In the first grade, I realized that I got
Oakland, California.
That's me. That's not Questlove. That's me.
Sorry.
Let's clarify.
in West Philadelphia.
I digress.
Born and raised. See, let me give you that one. When I was in first grade, I'll say our homework assignment. Our very first homework assignment was bringing your favorite 45. Okay, I just dated myself. 45, the device that you listen to a single.
And also exactly how old you are.
Well, yeah, I'm 41, so.
You don't give a fuck about age.
Nah, not at all.
I don't
Especially not now. No. Anyway, long story.
Why do you say that? Why do you say not now?
I've had an epiphany.
Let's hear it.
I've had I don't know.
You were like, I am fucking famous now.
Go on.
Well, no. In the wake of Patrice and Heavy and Whitney,
Yeah.
and pretty much no black celebrity post civil rights era born hasn't made it to the age of 50. I don't know. I've had a
You're
turnaround.
You've heard that Malcolm X quote, like "I'm already a dead man."
I've heard that quote.
I love that quote. I'd never heard it. What's the exact?
But not now is well, no, it's something close to I'm already dead man. But
live my life that way.
I'm not that extreme. But my whole point was that, I mean, we're such a youth obsessed age culture, that I felt I want to actually live it and make it to 60 and 70. So I've kind of had a spiritual.
Were you of the mind like I'm gonna die soon? I mean, like
absolutely. When in October, there were 2 weeks of Fallon. Oh, great! I just had a lot of hot sauce, and I'm rubbing my eyes. And I'm telling this story, so I want y'all to think like I'm crying. Go ahead, hit it.
literally sweating.
This DJ
coughing.
Douggpound shit is getting me wet.
Are you sure it's the hot sauce and not just your impending
Douggpound.
death catching up?
No.
Wouldn't it be crazy if your
What?
impending death caught up to you during your I'm going to make it to 60 speech?
Yeah.
Wait, because for those
That's one of the
listening,
worst
like there's
things I've
tears
ever
in my
heard in
eyes
my
right
life.
now. So I just wanted them to know that it's not what I'm talking about. It's the hot sauce.
Are you actually crying hot sauce?
Yeah.
Look?
This is the blackest episode ever.
Shut up, man. My whole point was that so that I can actually make it past 50, I've hired.
What was the 2 weeks at Fallon? You were like,
Well, I caught. There's something called Coxsackie virus, which it's like the new chicken pox. Like only kids get it.
right.
Basically, it's the equivalent. Like when you put Elmer's glue on your hands,
Yeah.
and you rub them, and the shit gets hard. Like what?
Yeah, I do that every night about 11:30.
Go ahead.
It's not Elmer's glue.
Anyway, it's like a bacteria where it just eats at your skin, your palms, and your feet.
Coxsackie?
Sometimes-
What's it called?
Coxsackie.
Isn't that the
Cocksucky.
dad from Mr. Belvedere, Mr. Coxsackie?
Wait, no, he was onto something. You hired.
So you
I want
got-
to hear
you
about the
got-
Coxsackie
you got
virus.
the
Okay, look,
Coxsackie-
I got really. I was.
Were you rubbing Elmer's glue on your hand?
Shut up, y'all. Look, I was just going relentless with no sleep, and
Was this
then-
because of the Jimmy Fallon show or because of...
I mean,
Well, you overdo
I
everything.
get up at 5 a.m. for Fallon, and then after that I work on the Roots album, and then I DJ till 3, and then I work on D'Angelo's record till about 7, and then it's just
That's too many. That's
I was
20
overlapping. Yeah, I was over. It was
26 hours.
27
red lighting.
Oh, you DJ on the radio, you're saying?
No, we DJs in clubs.
New
Till
York
3 in the
clubs.
morning?
The money's awesome.
Jesus. But
I make more money as a DJ than I do as Questlove.
Interesting.
So it's just a hard to say no thing. Anyway,
So you felt like
then I was in the hospital for like a week. So
Oh, were you guys shooting?
yeah.
Oh, because I was wondering what
Frank was drumming for
nobody
like 2
told
weeks.
me where I didn't know. I thought you were like mixing the record or something.
Nah. I was just that was my call. And then Patrice died around that time.
Right.
That's when I got to really know all of your episodes. I mean,
Right.
after the first episode, I was like, okay. But then when I was sick, that's what got me through it. That's why I've heard it so many times. My long story short is that I've since then hired Like a trainer, a yoga instructor, a full-time chef, a masseuse, acupuncturist.
But you always have shit like that. Like ever since I've known you,
I've had one trainer, but then I've been half-stepping it. You know what I mean? Like I'll train, but then I'll eat at Roscoe's like 5 seconds.
Well, no, that was the thing. We were talking on the phone. You were going to the gym,
intern.
and I heard you ordering McDonald's.
Right, exactly.
Right. And they say you can eat your way through any exercise regimen. You know what I mean?
That's
diet's the biggest thing in the world.
They think people are like, well, I worked out, so I deserve a Big Mac.
Right, and it's the opposite.
So now I'm taking it uber serious. Very strictly
because of cocksucky.
No, that was just a result of not getting sleep.
That was your wake up.
I don't want to get a stroke. So after Whitney died, then
does anything run in your family like that? Because your mom's still
no, I mean my family's rather cool. I mean, they're still alive, but no celebrity I know is making it past 52.
But it's funny because
that's black, at least.
When I think about you, I think about like wholesome. I mean, I don't know why, but I don't think about in terms of the hip hop pantheon. I think of the Roots. I think those are dudes that have their shit together. Like
no, we are some Patron drinking.
White people don't trust black people.
Okay.
Nah, we. Let's just say we have a way.
So you guys are all loaded every night.
No, they're not. I mean, they're and maybe after the show.
Yeah, I mean, we do our regular. I think that that came from. We did a PETA ad in 2002, and at that point, there were 4 vegans, 2 vegetarians, and 1 pescatarian in the group.
What are you? What's your diet?
As of now, my chef has me on what I guess you can say is a vegan diet. She tricked me into it. But I still eat fish and turkey.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty healthy. Neal's a vegan too, right, Neal?
Yeah, that is correct, Moshe.
Doug, what do you
miss
Doug,
it?
And Doug,
because right now I'm in that Chris Rock stage where I'm like staring at the crack pipe.
No, it's hard when it's hard on the road because I was just like in Ohio, and particularly if you don't want to do a lot of starch. It's fucking really hard.
Yeah, like I've been living off of cashews, and I've been living in Whole Foods. Like, yeah, but the fact that I've not went to Roscoe's since I've been in LA is like a miracle.
It's a big deal.
You guys,
I'm a beef snob.
Yeah,
I'm not a vegan. I've just been tricked into the diet. So
okay,
I don't commit to.
All right. Do you believe you're not much of a conspiracy guy, right?
Concerning
black celebrities dying.
It's not conspiracy. It's just fast living.
Right. All right. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you.
It's fast living.
Okay. So wait, will you take us through? You were talking about your dad taking you. He was a doo-wop singer. In the 50s. So
the homework assignment was bring your favorite 45 in.
Oh right.
So I brought in "Why Do Fools Fall in Love" by Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, thinking that it was a contemporary record. Everyone else is bringing in like Disco Duck, and it was 76. So that's when I realized, oh, this is old. The teachers are like, this is my music, not your music. So you blew it. Exactly. I blew it.
So then you realized that there was something musically different about you and your peers, which is interesting because what the Roots have done, in my estimation, is sort of changed the paradigm of hip hop, and to some degree. In the first couple albums, it was like instrumental hip hop, and now it's like I think it's post genre. It's not even like you're also doing rock. You're doing a whole different thing. I feel like
I felt like we had to. At first, I felt like we had to hold the. Well, first we had to prove that we were worthy, like because there was this whole
of what?
I mean, there was this whole Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer thing where, Wu-Tang members were asking us like, "What, y'all got a demo or something?" Like, no, this is our second record. You know what I mean? Like, they just wouldn't let us play any reindeer games. And then I guess once we got established, then it became a thing of like, well, that's when the hip hop apartheid thing started in '96, where the haves and the have-nots were arguing, and the rich guys were the jiggy guys and the underground guys were the have-nots, and if you don't have money, you ain't shit. And then,
you were in you don't have money.
I mean, we were definitely on that side,
right?
But then once we had the summit meeting with Jay-Z,
side. Will you tell the story about when Puffy was gonna kill you?
Oh yeah. We had did there was a video called "What They Do." It was on our third album, Illaduff Half-Life, which the director Charles Stone, what's up? Charles Stone, that guy.
He did the Budweiser. What's up?
The Budweiser, what's up guy.
Whoa.
That's him. There you go.
Yep.
Shit, Doug.
Nice.
Thank you. Let's give Doug a hand.
Yeah, Doug.
Bravo,
Nice.
Doug.
Nice.
Okay, don't overdo it, Doug.
Doug, come on.
He shot a video for our label mates called Tesla. They were the
rock band?
Yeah. Which was exactly the premise of the video was sort of like video cliches, but they did the rock version of it. And I was like, oh, that's funny. Let's do the hip hop version of it.
Right.
Video is the weakest area of all the roots. Like, we're anal retentive in every aspect of our career, from liner notes to fonts to mixing to engineering. When it comes to video, it's like phone it in. And we just told him, like, go ahead, do whatever you want to do. And we shot it. We were cool. What we didn't know was that he had a Biggie video reference to One More Chance, where Tariq's sitting on the edge of the bed. Like, when you're in the shoot.
Man, I'm not with that, all right?
Exactly. That's my favorite one. All right, let me stop being a fan of the show and actually be the guest of the show.
No, you're doing it. You're killing it right now.
Anyway, long story short, Biggie gets very offended at what is now the people coming at him from New York. It's one thing when it's...
That's funny. Like, Biggie was alive at one point. That's what's crazy is, like, Tupac... Well, I used to see Tupac at the Comedy Store.
Right.
Like, and Biggie, Biggie was mad at your video.
He was mad simply because, he was such a champion of the roots.
Right.
Yeah, he told, like, my best friend, Dream Hampton once, like, yo, man, what... Yo, when I see an old nigga with the stick, he said in quote, yo, man, when I see an old nigga with the stick, man, I'm just gonna slide him. And
Yeah.
Or you're
Hub, our bass player Hub.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, like just random. And of course, slide him was our I guess our colloquialism for.
Does that mean when
punch.
you have an oil slick on the back of your car, like
when you're driving,
like 007, and they're driving behind you?
Or like the car in which you stole the parking spot in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's what
exactly.
I slid you.
Oil.
In other words, I'm gonna punch him when he doesn't expect it. It's a sucker punch. It's
gonna steal on him.
Yeah, steal on him. That's what they say nowadays. That's
bank
how
on
kids say
him.
it.
When I grew up, it was bank on him. So what happened? What happened with the Biggie beef?
Well, the thing was, being the roots, we spent 100 days at least over in Europe. So it's kind of like, well, catch us if you can.
Right.
And so we're in Paris, and then the head of the source calls me and says, do you want to comment on Biggie's quote about how he feels? And I was like, oh, what did he say? He's like, well, like, I was a fan of them. I turned Brooklyn on to him. Like, it's whatever. But, my boys might take offense and, see one of them one day. And so they wanted a response. I wrote a 9-page dissertation on March 8th, 1997.
My birthday.
I called the source the next day and said, all right, give me the fax number. I'm going to mail it to you. And he's like, please tell me you didn't hear. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you didn't hear? I was like, what? He's like, yo, man, Biggie got shot last night. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, he's dead. And I was just like, it killed me.
I got my dissertation.
Well, it killed me that it was, one, it wasn't a squirm, like, let me squirm my way out of this thing, but I saw the impending seed of what was about to happen to New York, this division thing where it's like those that were underground that now have money are now trying to disassociate themselves from those that have not gotten out of, like, the crabs in the barrel thing. And so I thought, this was my manifesto. This was my big moment.
What were you saying? Is that what the manifesto was about?
I just felt a civil war impending.
But what did the dissertation say? That?
You think you could have prevented any kind of violence?
Not prevented, but I felt that I would have had a better answer than, oh no, like, we saw this heavy metal video and we told our director, do what you want. Like,
right.
I didn't want to squirm my way out of it. I wanted to man up and be like, okay, we did it. Like, I didn't mean to offend him, but since I have the spotlight,
this is the state of hip hop.
Maybe we should explain what's about to happen. Whereas, Biggie's kind of wondering, why are all these people coming at me? And the inner fighting that was going on.
Who was coming at him in New York?
J-Rue had come at him on You're Playing Yourself. Mm-hmm. Black Moon, OGC felt some. I guess both
on
of them.
What grounds?
Black Moon's thing was more about a biting thing. Like, not Black Moon, OGC. They had a song that used the you can be as good as the best of them or as bad as the worst, so don't test me. They used that hook first.
Right.
And then Biggie used it for the remix to get money, and they felt like he was biting.
Right.
So they did a video, sort of. They did a video.
Come fuck with your boy. What about it?
They did a video depicting a Biggie concert, and then them sort of like rushing the stage and kicking him in the ass, and on top of that, he also has Tupac on his ass doing all that stuff, which he really ain't touching that. So it's like, okay, well, I'll deal with the Tupac stuff, but I'm not about to take a New York this in my own backyard. So he saw them about that video and was about to see us about that video.
It was OGC.
No,
we're not going to hear what happened.
I didn't say anything.
You
No,
didn't
he
say
didn't
shit.
say a damn word.
And he fucked him in the ass? Is that what happened?
He slid into him, if
He
you will.
he slid on him?
inside of him.
I said none of that.
And what did J. Rue say? You played yourself. What did he say? Was he talking to Biggie? Was that what the song was about?
Well, I mean, at that point, Biggie was the central spiritual figure of. I mean, Biggie basically took the death row theory was, let's talk gutter shit over a music palette that feels like radio could embrace it. Mm-hmm. Biggie shit was, I'm going to also talk and present a lifestyle character. See, that's the one thing that Snoop and Dre didn't do. They kept it gutter. And
Biggie was kind of the first guy to do that.
You're saying that
right?
if you were writing a novella about Biggie, you would have a character arc for him. You knew exactly what he was all about, as opposed to Snoop, who was just a kid.
He had created a character. Biggie was a character.
Well, Snoop was more half freestyle rhymes.
Right.
My rhyming style, my da-da-da-da, fuck you, because I'm down with Dr. Dre.
Right.
Snoop. Like, his shit was more still based on gutter underground principles.
Right.
Whereas Biggie presented the lifestyle option. Mm-hmm. So thus, he took the death row,
Versace and all that shit.
Right.
He presented a lifestyle, which seemed appealing.
To make it fresh.
And what was the thing where Tupac told him to do that? Is that true? The Frank White thing, like the thing where Tupac said you should come up with a character.
I don't think that. Like this whole "you're trying to sound like me" thing. Like there's a debate amongst the hip hop elite on whether or not even Pac was a good MC. I think that most people.
I'm with.
And I know you're from.
I'm with you.
You know where I'm from.
I know you're from the Bay, so
I'm not a huge.
I love Pac. I think Pac's great.
I think people saw Bishop and Juice.
Right.
And then fell in love with Pac, the persona.
Pac was a great MC, but he wasn't. I would say I might love him more than Biggie, but I know Biggie was better. You know what I mean? I know that Biggie was a more skilled MC.
Yeah, he was a more skilled MC. I think Pac was more post Chuck D.
Right. Yeah. That's
if Chuck D were a younger set, that would have been Tupac.
Yeah,
right.
but he also had the Jekyll and Hyde thing where every other song was like, I'm a fucking dirtbag.
Right.
And then it's like, we got to lift it up.
That's what was so compelling
By
about
the way,
Tupac.
I'm going to rape you. But ladies.
But Tupac, the interesting
on
thing
Public Enemy's album was Sophisticated Bitch. Like, they were misogynistic as hell on the first album.
Well, that's what was interesting about Pac is that he wasn't just some guy saying what he thought people wanted to hear. He was both of those characters.
Right.
Here's his mother, a Black Panther, and
he was a Gemini, right?
activist.
Yeah, he was a Gemini.
So he really was both of those things.
Yeah.
He believed Brenda's got a baby, and he also believed that's why I fucked your bitch. I mean,
Right,
But
exactly.
at the same time, as all this weird shit is going on, your albums, am I right? Am I right?
You only had one
you're
album,
doing
though,
things like, you guys are doing things like doing the same verse 4 times on It's a Lazy Afternoon, right? And having the poems and...
We thought, well, that leads me back to our original presentation, which was, because of what hip-hop was, we were going to be the left of that. But then all of a sudden, that hip-hop just completely evaporated, and then we now had to start representing that hip-hop. So now we're accepted, and we're allowed to play reindeer games because half these people that were...
This is in what year?
Minionizing us. I mean, in 99, then we started going gold, near platinum.
Right.
We figured, and we literally told Geffen, what you got to do is build a movement. And so
the roots are fairly calculated, correct? Like
we're always chess. I just say we're chess players,
right?
Which we told them, look, you can spend all this great, because we were on Geffen, which at the time was riding in billions. They had all this money, but of course,
from what? From Guns N'
Nirvana.
Roses and
Well, Nirvana, the success of Nirvana, Guns N' Roses, and I'll say Aerosmith.
Yep.
Allotted us that get a pretty sweet record deal. Like we had one of the rare 7-figure deals back in '93, which to put in perspective, 3 Feet High and Rising.
How did you get it?
3 Feet High and Rising was made for $20,000.
Right.
Wow.
So, Do You Want More is made for like 1.4 million. So that should put in perspective, like Cypress Hill's first record.
Did you realize
was 70,000?
Cypress Hill's first record was
$70,000.
Where did all the money go?
What do you mean, our money?
Yeah.
Or, oh,
Didn't you realize you didn't do the thing where you're like, let's keep the money, let's not blow it, let's build a studio.
No, we didn't.
You didn't realize you were gonna have to pay it back.
We just wanted to ride till the wheels fell off.
Right.
Now, because we kind of came in the analog era, it was a lot of trial and error, which was I spent a lot of time. All right, let's take Mellow My Man from Do You Want More. Back then the process would be like we'd record it 8 times.
Right.
And then I'd record some more with different microphones. And then let me try it with this
live
snare.
8 times?
We recorded live 8 times. Then we would say, okay, let's try it individually.
Right.
Let's see if we can try and sample it. So
Let me ask you, do you have some time to be our audio engineer here on the Champs? Like, we've had some audio issues. That sounds like you really know what you're doing.
We don't have $1 million. We do have $400,000.
Well, AdamandEve.com.
AdamandEve.com.
Unfortunately,
We all can grow and we all can learn.
So when you're engineering and mixing this stuff, nowadays we can mix 3 songs in one day.
Right.
Because of how Pro Tools is and how technology is. Back
Were
then,
you recording on tape?
Yeah, rewinding the tape. That one little echo thing, you have to rewind and do it again and rewind. It would take all day. So, like, each song on our first 3 records, each song would take about maybe 2 days to mix. So we were meticulous, but it paid off because that's the education I got on how to engineer, what type of mics to use, what type of rooms are good.
Paid off not for Geffen. But
back then, Do You Want More sold 400,000, so
cool.
It paid off. It paid off, but we weren't squandering at all. And then we took the way the story goes is that because Geffen was a rock label, they really didn't have the time to sit and babysit us.
Right.
So they kind of trusted us with this budget. So it was a large. It was like 1.2.
And that was for Do You Want More?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So they trusted us with the budget. We were honest. We showed every receipt. It wasn't like we could just take like 300,000 and pocket it. We showed everything. When Cobain took his life away, my manager had the insight to say, "Yo, we got to clear out that bank account and run away to Europe."
Oh, Doug.
That was wrong. That was wrong, man.
Dude.
That was wrong, man.
Doug.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Doug, there was something great about it. We're not going to lie.
Right.
We feel bad that it was perfect.
What's interesting is that when we were doing the Biggie ghost jokes, Quest was
Was that a flat line?
I censored it.
That was a flat line, man. We ran away to Europe. We stole our budget money.
Why? Because you thought
we had a feeling that they would drop us.
Oh, really?
They had signed 10 acts, and sure enough, they dropped 8 of those acts and only kept 2.
Who they keep?
The Jizza and the Roots.
Got it.
Who'd they drop? Anybody famous?
Doug's drops.
Did they drop Doug?
Anyone famous? There was an acid jazz group that I knew of called Groove Collective.
Oh, yeah, I know about Groove Collective.
And Brooklyn Funk Essentials, they dropped them. I forget the other acts, but by that point, Nirvana had exited.
Yeah.
It was clear Guns N' Roses wasn't going to turn in an album in any timely fashion. Aerosmith decided to jump ship and go to Sony. So the heyday of Geffen, rolling in the billions, was about to come to an end. Because by that point, it was just like Hole and Beck.
Right.
So we stole our money. We got a flat similar to this very illustrious spot that we're in right now, secret location. I won't say anything.
It's the co-creator layer.
Right. This is Chappelle money?
Brennan got his first big break as a writer-director on Chappelle's show.
So then you went to Europe.
We ran away to London. We got an agent. We told him to work us to death, and we figured that the critical acclaim of our live show will keep the label from dropping us. The label actually forgot that we were in existence for 8 months, and then like January '95, they called our A&R like, "Wait, Wendy, where are the Roots at? And where's our money?" She's like, "Oh, they're in London, but they have the record." So we had the record in hand, and they didn't get mad at us, and we got lucky. The critical acclaim is what kept us from getting dropped.
Well, that's what's interesting is you guys are the only ones who have been on. How many records you made?
We are working on 15 right now.
Right,
so
and you're the only, so the most prolific hip-hop.
And we've stayed on the same label. This whole idea of us jumping labels, like, we've always been at 1755 Broadway. The labels have changed.
Right.
But, we've essentially, in essence, have never gotten dropped by Universal. It's just,
right.
It was Geffen one day, then it was DGC, then it was MCA, then it was Interscope, then it was back to Geffen, then now it's Def Jam.
But all right, so you guys, it's basically critical acclaim has kept you.
That has kept us alive.
Well,
and then we found out what the solution was. The solution was there's no such thing as singular success unless you're a novelty artist. Tiny Tim, Weird Al Yankovic, like
Doug,
or a one-hit wonder. But everything has to happen in a movement. You think of Motown, you think of Smokey, Stevie, Temptations, Marvin. You think of Young Money, you think of Drake, Nicki, Wayne. We didn't have a crew.
Right.
So we told them, you got to contextualize us. So we literally said, Common's leaving Relativity Records. Sign him now. They signed him. We said, there's a group called Black Star. They're on Raucous Records. Buy them. They went overboard and actually purchased Raucous Records.
That's fun.
So they took Black Star, Most Quali. Then they took Pharoah Monch. They signed him. Next thing you know, Universal MCA became like the home of left to center hip hop.
Right.
So with all that contextualization, then people are like, oh, this makes sense. So they're sort of like Erykah Badu and D'Angelo and Bilal and basically the cast of here it is, Drop Time, Chappelle's Block Party cast.
Right. God,
well played, sir. Well played.
So stupid.
Settle down, folks.
So once that was contextualized, then all of a sudden we went from selling 300, 400,000
And what do you
to
make of the fact
900,000.
that most hasn't really nobody's been able to what do you make of the lack of focus on the part of your peers?
Well, here's the other thing. Black geniuses are crazy.
You're talking about black
geniuses
people
are crazy.
That are geniuses.
Are you or are you not the black angel of death?
And I don't mean it in a dismissive way or to be condescending. But again, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's taking Lauryn Hill 12 years for a proper follow-up.
Right.
Most truly hasn't made a follow-up to Black on Both Sides
I agree.
yet. Mm-hmm. Like, his follow-ups have been in total other areas that is not in that lane.
Can I posit my theory about why? And then you can either counter.
Besides being a self-saboteur?
Well, self-saboteur, but also when you're a popular black artist with predominantly white.
Oh, come on, man. You know good well.
Said anything yet?
Wait. I gotta say.
I get it.
I gotta say, out of all the sound effect noises, that's the one that I lost sleep over. Like, just keep it short.
Oh, you were worried about the crickets?
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get the crickets.
I was going to give Neal the crickets when he said, "Can I posit something?"
If you're a black artist and you're popular with white people, which you guys are, the Roots are, and that whole clique is Erykah, Bilal, Common, most have all that, and Lauryn, you start to think that there's something wrong with you if white people like you too much.
Hold on. Can I
go
counterpoint on that though? There isn't a hip hop group around that's big that isn't popular with white people.
Right,
anymore.
but there are
that world doesn't exist anymore.
Agreed.
The world of the backpacker, like, oh shit, why am I only have a white draw now?
But it's deeper than that, and I wish there was one answer that can. I wish there was an answer to the question of, what makes D'Angelo hold his record for 12 years? What makes Chappelle walk away after 3 years of a show? What makes
That one's Neal Brennan. The answer to that is Neal Brennan. But anyway, go ahead. Good, fair
I
point.
think we've answered that.
what makes
Way to
Erica?
cherry pick your friends, Brennan.
What do you
That's the
make of
greatest.
me and what we posited? That when white people like you start to doubt your blackness or your artistry.
See,
White people don't trust black people.
again, I was about to say it. No, white people have always been our bread and butter.
Right.
And I
White bread, right.
never argue with my bread and butter.
Right.
Or the process of it. So I've never had qualms with, and this is the thing. It's like to talk to De La and especially Cypress Hill, who paid dearly for it. It's so weird. It's like the things that I breeze through, the red carpet that I shit on as I walk down it, that was laid by De La and Cypress Hill. Like, oh my God, the Source used to ream them something crazy
For their fan base.
for like, there's too much white people slam dancing in the audience. Like, what's up with that? Because they're just totally unaware that the tunnel vision of like, oh, hip hop is just a black thing. Like, if anything, yeah. Do I get upset that most? I had a tweet yesterday. I went to my hotel and this pretty girl walked up to me. It's like, oh my goodness, it's you. And then she ruined it by saying, the drummer for the Peas.
Oh yeah, you get that all the time.
Black people think that we are the Black
White
Eyed
people
Peas.
think you're the Black Eyed Peas.
No, black people.
Oh,
Black people don't fuck with the Roots.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Now that's interesting though.
And
Because
what do you
let's
do?
let's take the Black Eyed Peas as a great example of what look, compared to the Roots. Like the Black Eyed Peas, if you look at their discography, you can see the moment when they decided
To
you know
eat.
what, fuck it. Yeah, well, let's get some money.
To
Yeah,
eat.
exactly. To
eat.
eat. And you guys didn't do that and blew up.
Well, no, we decided to eat, but we have never eaten off of records.
But you
Records are just the flyers that someone hands out. No, we eat on our live show.
right.
I eat as a DJ. I eat doing commercials. I eat scoring films. I like albums are nothing. The reason why we can make Undone an absolutely singleless 35-minute album about death with the most depressing album on earth is because there are 7 other options for money that I have. So it's not like, I don't care, I'm phoning in, but if you're just eating off of records.
But you guys have had singles, and they've been big singles. Maybe
The
not
Seed.
Black Eyed
Yeah,
Peas.
The Seed is your only real.
I gotta ask: does being on Jimmy Fallon for the Roots, is that a more monetarily?
That's helped my.
Do you make more money doing that than like making the Roots records and touring and stuff?
That's very
Okay.
And can we get an exact dollar amount on both?
I'll put
How
it
much are
this
you
way.
worth specifically, and how many bank
Well,
accounts
the
do you
thing
have?
is that we're still this sort of social village.
Lavish life, nigga.
We're first of all, like, there's too many of us to truly ball. Like,
Right. How many people are on the payroll? 7, 8, 9?
teen.
Oh, I mean, technically the Roots.
Oh, the Roots are just. I mean, yeah, there's 8 of us, but there's still assistants.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but
There's-
that's what I'm wondering about. Like the Roots.
Like in our
and
village,
Rich.
there's always going to be 28 mouths to feed.
Right.
So 28 hands grabbing at one source is always going to be just enough to fill your belly, which is why you see me more. Again, like doctors at my courtside seats thought I was a comedian on the Chappelle Show.
Right.
Parents nowadays think, oh, the guy from Yo Gabba Gabba.
Right.
Like,
To me, you seem like a dude who knows what's up.
Everybody's got a different perspective of you, Quest.
yeah, I'm all things to all people, but the least of what I am is a member of the Roots.
Right.
Which-
Monetarily.
You're saying, monetarily.
Yeah, monetarily, I use the Roots for I enjoyed my streak on Metacritic. Get the crickets up. Ready? My turn. Metacritic was just basically the record the record version of Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. To maintain an 80% your entire career on Metacritic is hard. That's like that makes us
14 albums
laude.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy, man.
So we do it for the critical acclaim, and that sort of advertises that we're alive. You know what I mean? But it's not like we're on radio or anything.
So how did going on the Jimmy Fallon show? How did that come about? And how much do you get paid exactly every night?
But
how much do you make?
Oh, it was Neal Brennan.
He's putting his hand on Neal's shoulder and shaking Neal in a friendly manner.
I'm really shocked that the 2 times that Neal's been on the show, we've actually crafted his own walk-on song based on the Nigger Family song. Which,
speaking of walk-on songs,
great.
Oh yeah.
You know the question was coming.
Oh yeah.
Speaking
of walk-on songs.
You got in trouble.
Can you speak to any? What can you say about the Michelle Bachmann controversy? Because let me say this: I find Michelle to be a true American hero, a patriot, and I was personally, as an American,
I find her to be a lion.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Oh, you think she's a lion-ass bitch?
I do.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. A lot of people say that Michelle Bachmann wouldn't be qualified to lead the country, but she did lead Narnia for over 200 winters. So I think
my take on it was I had 2 options. I could have either went with Fishbone lion-ass bitch.
So was it not a coincidence?
He can't say that.
So was that song was on the board when you came in the morning? What song is up tonight?
No,
Lion
well, it
Ass
was
Bitch.
I wanted to point. I felt that she had based her whole position on revisionism. Like she said crazy offensive things and rewrote history. Like blacks were better off in the slavery period, or blacks were happier in the slave period than they were in modern ghettos in 2012, which. I don't know about her, but that's my people's version of the Holocaust. Like, I wouldn't say anything that insensitive. However, in my sort of overzealous way to use a song with the word lies in it, I could have either done Lion Ass Bitch, which we didn't sing the words, we did the instrumental.
It's crazy that some nerd knew Fishbone well.
No.
Conservative
you
nerd.
blew it. You blew it.
Yeah, of course I tweeted it.
Blew it.
You tweeted it?
He tweeted it. He goes, you could have gotten away with it. That's
you blew it!
Exactly. You could have fucking gotten away with it.
This is Neal's version of being a co-creator of. He was the first one to tell me, shh, don't say it.
Yeah. So what'd you tweet that day? Oh, and what was the other song?
The first stop my name. It's embarrassing.
First thing you did was you tweeted, "Wait till you see what we did tonight."
Right.
It was like, okay, cool. You're good. You're gonna get away with it.
Still could have made it.
That's the modest. That's the modest Ahmir really not knowing that one. Because the thing is, if I say, "Hey, guys, our new album Undone is out," I'm only getting like 5,000 responses. Like people see 1.9 million people, as in all 1.9 million people are actually going to respond like, "Oh, we're going to buy that shit." So in my head, even though I'm 2 million followers, I'm still technically only active.
Be thinking.
Yeah, no, but But
so you're like, no one's gonna really notice this little
credit?
tweet.
Right. I said no one's
like, why do you need credit?
No, but what
because I do that every night.
No, I know, but I'm saying like just fucking let it go, and then you put a YouTube link to the song. It's like, oh, you fucking had the money, you were driving away from the scene.
You're like, wait a minute, we gotta double back.
I got the money. Yo, see, I robbed the bank, right?
Hey, flip off the police as we drive by. Don't do it, Quest.
Well, because
y'all heard about a robbery, right?
Hey,
go back to
police.
You heard about I robbed your shit. Yo, you heard about the Lufthansa heist, right?
That's why I fucked your bitch. And that's how Pop got done.
No, because of the whole, oh no you didn't, no you did, oh you crazy. Like I was caught up in the moment. Like I felt like yo, we really established ourselves as the snark masters. What I totally did not see until it was brought to my attention was that you can't call a woman bitch on television. Like one thing I'm not is misogynistic.
Right. I would have completely agree with that.
I totally.
No one has more. I don't know anyone with more female friends who I can't tell if you're sleeping with or not. No one on earth. I don't know whether you're fucking them or playing Scrabble with them.
I got yeah, and in true Ahmir fashion, I acted before I thought, and had I actually thought, this could be seen as misogynistic, I would have actually went with the other Lies song,
which was.
Well, lies.
There's something wrong with you.
Lies. We never. But then I was like, I felt nervous about saying lies. We don't believe a word you say. As in, I didn't want to sing a song. I just want to insinuate a song with music without saying lyrics. So, not again. This is like another Biggie moment. I'm not trying to square my way out. Well, technically, we didn't sing the lyrics to "Lion Ass Bitch." We just did the music. But I wanted to subtly get my point across by giving it away on Twitter.
Well, you blew it.
I blew it.
I want to ask
Worst
you
Thanksgiving ever.
That needs work.
Yeah, no, because
I spent it at Wyatt Sinning's house, like hiding out.
yeah, Wyatt told me that.
It was the worst.
But your mom got mad at you, right?
Every woman in my life got mad at me, and that's the thing that I. People were like, well, the apology wasn't sincere.
You fucking stupid cunt.
Jesus.
The apology was absolutely sincere because I absolutely abhor any sort of misogynistic actions towards women whatsoever.
Right. What do you think of in the balance if hip hop ended today?
It is.
Okay, let's say it was.
It's in rigor mortis right now.
I agree.
We're in denial,
I agree.
and I need to make a living. So yes, it's still alive and well.
What did hip hop do? And in the balance, was it a positive force with all the misogyny, all the drug
what did hip hop do?
all the violent?
See, but the thing is that again, if we only look at 10% of it,
but no, we're looking at all of it, really.
Hip hop literally saved my life. Like what hip hop did for me was it absolutely. There was a part in my father's record collection of this big ass wall of 5,000 records. I would only mess with 5% of it because all that other stuff was old stuff. I don't want to listen to that stuff. But then when I got Nation of Millions, I'm like, wait a minute, my dad has this record. He was listening to that record the other day. So now all of a sudden, my father's record collection is very interesting to me because hip hop is sort of feeding me what my father had already had. So thus it made it interesting. So hip hop, it's sort of pop art recycled backwards way.
Net positive for black people.
Yeah, it created jobs. It created my career. Like hip hop created.
I'm not beyond you. I'm just talking about its effect on the culture.
You mean as in looking at it as what it's done?
From 1985 or 83 to 2012.
From 1979 to 2012, I still think that hip hop had a great effect.
Oh my God!
Thoughts in Ahmir's head right now. I know it's hard to believe that I believe that, but
no, I believe that. I believe it. Basically, I think it did more for race relations than anything, because we talk about all the time how if you grew up in hip hop,
I actually think Michael Jackson did more for race relations than anything.
Interesting.
You do?
Michael Jackson was the same 5 kids that would call me nigger in 7th grade. September.
They would whisper it the next year.
All of a sudden, they were my friends. No,
they would grab their dick.
Like I went to for 2 years. My parents took me out of performing arts and tried to put me in this like Christian Baptist school, but it was like Southern Christian Baptist and not like my Southern.
Fucked up shit right there, man.
Exactly, Mom and Dad. Not the Southern Christian Baptist of like hallelujah, not the black one, but like the Jerry Falwell sort of.
Right.
So September of '82, I was definitely like the only black kid in this sort of Southern Christian Baptist thing, and really not getting along. And then Thriller comes out December 2nd of '82, and literally Beat It became the first civilized discussion that the black kids and the white kids in the school had with each other. And then by May of '83, after he did the moonwalk, then our culture starts looking interesting to them.
Well, yeah, that's.
And then next year, Purple Rain comes out.
Well,
and
yeah,
then,
that's
right.
But we're a little younger than you, so I'm a little. He's a lot younger than you.
Wait, you weren't born in '82?
I was born in '79.
Oh.
But what
so wait, as a 3-year-old, you didn't know this stuff?
I do remember when
we're talking
Thriller
about.
came
We
out.
lived in a world where it was just like the idea of black people being inferior to white was like what? Everything in my life is they're superior.
Superior, yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of art, I think. See, this is the thing. But here's the true struggle that people always miss, and the whole superior thing and inferior thing. Like, let's look at the number scale. Let's look at -2, -1, 0, +1, and +2. So let's look at just that number scale. Most black people are seen as either superhuman, Michael Jordan, the best of all time,
black, but you're more than black. The thing to do.
Obama, the
right
stand-up guy,
right,
or we're seen as subhuman, post 90.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
Right.
Post 96 Michael Jackson or Lex Luthor. What was his name? Lex Steele. or Mike Tyson circa 91. Like, we were either absolute animals,
right,
or we were the best.
Davis,
you can't just be people.
The hardest thing that we cannot be is ground zero. We cannot be seen as normal.
Right.
Because to be seen as normal is to be seen as equal. And that is what I think we should fight for. Like, the whole idea of like us achieving and Obama wanting us all to go to college and be scientists.
Chris Rock always says it's like he'll know it's going well when black people are just allowed to be mediocre.
Right.
Dude.
Now I always
exactly.
say, look,
Carl Winslow. I want more Carl Winslow roles on television.
I would say Obama's a pretty good.
Like he's the president of the United States.
No. But he's like he's not as good a Democratic president as Clinton was. You know what I mean? Like
I'm sorry.
I think he's good guy Reagan. I think he's Reagan without the crack.
Yeah, but using the president as
I think he's Reagan without the crack era.
No, but I think that he's being judged. No, he's being judged by his policies, not by his race.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
That's an interesting point.
It's like,
although you would see, you think for how regular presidential he is compared, like the amount of vitriol that's thrown his way, I can't see that as anything but just people's reaction to the fact that
absolutely, and he's a fucking crazy graceful guy.
Right.
I'm just saying he is. That's Ahmir, by the way.
It's just me.
I
and
flew
Neal.
on JetBlue. Like, I got a cold.
It's me and Neal talking and Quest blowing his nose.
But I think he is like where you just go. I'm accepting him as like slightly better than mediocre.
I know what you're saying.
I'm gonna vote for him again, knowing he's slightly better than mediocre. I understand that it's most of it's circumstantial.
But do you understand? And this is the thing on the campaign trail that people do not understand, that I'm trying to tell them. Like, they don't get that. They think it's like a hierarchy. They think it's, let me pull out my wand. Bing.
Oh, they think the president is America's
by the way,
dad?
in this discussion of high-level race relations, when Quest pulled out his wand, he literally pulled a Black Power Afro pick out of his afro.
Yeah.
That's his wand.
Yeah.
People don't see us as regular. Now, here is my Black Power Afro pick wand.
Like, that's unbelievable. They during the Super Bowl,
that's a hilarious point. They don't see me as regular, and he's like a fucking black icon, and he's wearing a fucking. I literally don't know any white people that have combs in their hair, nor have there ever been. So don't you tell us that you're regular for 1 second. You're more.
Come
you're
on, man.
extra special, man.
Shut up, man. No, when during the Super Bowl, the administration had like a secret underground meeting. Guess their whole like. Okay, we know we lost Matt Damon, but do we still have your support thing? And I told him one of the hardest things.
Who was it? Plouffe and all those guys?
Yeah, it was basically everybody but Obama. And the thing was, I was like, well, first of all, you guys need a better, like, this too humble thing of not bragging about what you've done. Yeah. Now, he's releasing the film
right
next week.
Yeah, well, but you know what they're going to say when he released the film? You know how these blacks are always bragging. You know they will. I promise you that's what they're going to do.
No one's going to say that.
Well, I think
that's exactly what Fox News is going to do.
Well, that was sort of my question.
I promise you
my question was like, are you guys going to do this humble
President
thing for
Terrell Owens is what they're going to say.
Well, no, that was my question. My question was like, yo, like,
I better keep my mouth shut.
I understand that you guys are humble, but you know, there a lot of people are under the impression that nothing's been done. Like you gotta brag. Like
I completely agree with you.
I can't wait to see the debates between the Republican nomination and Barack just being like,
that's why I'm praying to Santorum. That's why I'm praying.
I killed Osama bin Laden. What were you? Did you do anything? I was killing Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, no, he's gonna trounce Santorum. I think he's gonna win by 10 points either way.
But greatest rapper of all time.
You don't want to ask me that question.
Why not? Okay, then why not? That's just as interesting an answer.
Because I'm so oversaturated with music that I will purposely probably pick
somebody obscure.
Yeah, like my 5 favorite rappers are the rappers that are never on anyone's.
I want to hear
list.
Can we hear them?
I think that as a skill, as a.
Want to explain yourself?
As a skilled man, from strictly skills. Tariq is by far one of my favorite MCs ever. He's a very consistent.
I agree with that.
Sure, I agree as well.
Technical, breath control, execution.
Yeah, for sure.
There's an MC called Bus Driver.
Oh, Bus Driver's great.
Yeah, Bus Driver's awesome.
Really good.
I love Bus Driver. I love
Speaking of breath control, Bus Driver just goes
He's
forever.
like too good.
Yeah, there's something physically weird about what he does.
I love Paul Barman.
Paul's so interesting.
I don't know Paul Barman.
What an interesting choice. He's like a nerdcore dude. He looks like me, but nerdier.
Is he white?
Yeah, white dude.
That's really nice of you, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for that.
He's
on the number scale, white people are either considered. Paul Barman, what an interesting choice.
No, I love Paul.
Yeah, interesting.
Like Paul Louie is like one of my favorite records ever.
He lost me on his album though. His EP, like I loved it, and I was like,
you didn't like Paul Louie?
I didn't. I wasn't.
Give it. You gotta see on the edge of the iPod where you can carry your whole record collection with you. Like you don't let it marinate like you used to with that one cassette in your Walkman. But no, it was great.
Okay.
I still keep Posthumous from De La Soul as one of my favorite clever MCs.
Yeah. IMIB is maybe my favorite hip hop track ever.
I agree.
I mean, that's just like a soundtrack to my life type shit.
It's the saddest hip hop song ever.
It's pretty incredible.
Actually, I thought Trying, or the last song on AOI 2 that didn't get play. That was a tear-jerking song.
AOI...
De La's very last record.
Tell people shit that they wouldn't know about Jay-Z.
Can I ask you something, Doctor?
I have a question. What does the Z stand for?
He was
Zimmerman?
Jay Zimmerman.
You know, actually... You know what?
Jason Zimmerman.
Outside my apartment building, there's a J and a Z line that goes to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I asked him, I was like, yo, are you named as the Brooklyn lines? He like, hell no. His nickname was Jazzy when he was a kid. Jazzy. Because he was so laid back as a kid, like jazz. Obviously not like Pharoah Sanders or free jazz, but
speaking of jazzy, Philadelphia DJs, DJ Jazzy Jeff, one of the greatest
Keep
DJs
going
I've
on
ever
Jay-Z,
seen live.
Yes. Wait, let's not ADD this conversation. He's probably now the opposite of the whole black genius thing. I mean, there's a slew of highly skilled, awesome artists.
Well, yeah, because I would put Chris Rock and Jay and those
that
Eddie
work and that are not scared to get out there. Well, he says his secret is that he's not afraid to fail or fall on his face, but he's very cautious. He's one of the coolest dudes ever. Like, we speak damn near every other day, mostly about music.
Do you think he's like the greatest mind, sort of all-encompassing mind in hip hop, like in terms of business acumen, strategy?
No, he's very shrewd, but he's cautious. He thinks before he steps, and he knows that he's stepping on a landmine. So he's very much aware. Maybe he has access to, a landmine detector thing or whatever. But how
many problems does he have now?
I guess I can let this out the bag. There's There's a new rapper on the come up. He hit me one night about an MC that my website, okplayer.com.
Jay hit you about it?
He hit me about it. My first question to him was, wait, what the hell are you doing on OK Player? But
is it like OK Cupid for rappers?
That's exactly.
Bravo, Doug.
Yeah.
Well played.
Cases.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I was shocked because, half the jokes between him and I are, like me as the minion and him as like the mighty king, fraternizing, like, don't let your merry men see you, talking to the lowly Baltic place, Mediterranean Avenue guys like me. But, he was excited about this new rapper named Danny with an exclamation point at the end of his name.
Danny?
Yeah.
Sounds like a web series.
Well, wait, there's two Dannys now. Like Danny Brown, who is basically the new Old Dirty Bastard. He's an ill MC. He's crazy. He's probably going to be on the next Roots album.
Black dude?
Yeah, Danny Brown. Like the whole Keith Murray ironic, normal sounding name is not like the new shit now. Charles Hamilton, Danny Brown. This guy's name is Danny Swain. And I don't know. Like Jay has sort of this Jedi mind trick thing going on where he tricks you into like doing what he wants, and I catch it. But I actually like this kid that he pointed out, so I don't know what it is. Like
why would he so I haven't worked with that in you.
I haven't worked with a rapper really since I consciously don't mess with hip hop anymore, production wise, unless it's the Roots.
Right.
The music I like doing is for old people over 60. Like the last 5 or 6 albums I've done, all my clients have been over the age of 65.
Oh wow.
Right. So no, that's the easiest way to get a Grammy.
Right.
5-time Grammy winner.
I think that's unbelievable, man.
Yeah. So he's just like, yo, what's up with this kid named Danny? And I heard it. I was like, oh, he's ill. So why are you asking me? He was like, it was on your website. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. Well, next thing I know, I'm like contacting Danny, and then like, I don't know. It's like it's a part of Jay that's really an underground head that he doesn't.
Well, that's what he strikes me as, like a real cultural. He's like a real consumer, and he's got a great brain.
Like he's not, but I mean, he's not the like. I doubt that he's going to be on like Pitchfork looking for like, the next mixtape of. God, okay, I'm having a brain fart right now with whoever the underground MC of the moment is.
Drake. Okay.
No, that's too.
Yeah, who is the guy? Who is the guy, right? Well, is it? How would you think of Jay Electronica?
No,
well, he signed Jay Electronica.
Yeah.
Right.
And
why is that record taking so long? Black Genius?
Black Genius.
Oh, he's
self-sabotage. He's self-saboteur number one.
Jay Electronica's been a Black Genius since before anybody knew who he was.
I told Jay, like, yo, you ain't getting that record until 2015.
That's hilarious.
And he hit me like, I got the record. I'm like, well, you ain't releasing that record till 2015.
But that first single was so. What was it called?
Exhibit C.
Exhibit A or whatever.
Exhibit A. No, Exhibit C. No, actually, Jay, Sean Carter, has the record. Listens to it constantly. Says it's his favorite record.
Oh shit.
Of 2012.
You heard
he said it has no singles on it though.
Right.
But it's his favorite.
It has no singles.
Is it on Def Jam?
No, he signed Jay Electronica.
Oh, to Rock Nation.
He's on Rock Nation. But
so what is he not going to release it?
Jay wants a single.
And Jay, I've read somewhere where you say Jay-Z's like, you guys will talk about The Simpsons and shit.
Yeah, he's a quote machine. He loves, during the when you guys were doing the racial draft. Yeah, we were having Madison Square. Yeah, right.
And we were across the street.
You were across the street doing the racial draft. Yeah, and he was just chock full of. That's when I really got to know him as a human being, like because I just spent 2 weeks with him.
You was telling me that he has to like look at his old lyrics to remember when you guys are going to do a live show. Or is that not for public consumption?
No. No. After Springsteen, everyone deserves a what do you call it? Teleprompter. He doesn't use a teleprompter yet.
No, Jay doesn't. But I'm saying when you guys are rehearsing, it'll.
Oh
be
yeah,
like,
he needs his lyrics printed up. Yeah, he doesn't know his like he has to recite them. Yeah, over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's a wild thing. Although as a comic, it's like the same thing. You just have this.
Yeah, you're like, what is it?
Voluminous.
But you can't imagine that Jay-Z can't remember.
Right.
Well, because Tariq told me that an MC can really only truly hold like maybe 30 songs in his head.
Interesting.
Right. So, like, I get very frustrated when I'm just like, okay, you got me 2, 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
How do you not know this?
But you know everything. You're saying
because I'm a fan, so I know the stuff by heart. But
you also
you're saying Tariq is not a fan of the Roots?
No, he's not.
Yeah, you don't want to know the answer to that.
Okay.
I can say that. No, I mean Tariq loves the Roots, but I think like there's the real equimized sort of battle between the two of us. Like I'm very left and eccentric, and he's very right and barbershop. Like to him, he wants to walk in his regular ass ghetto barbershop that he's been going to since he was 16, and walking with his head up high. And me, I want to make sure that Metacritic keeps us above 80. And so between it is Richard Nichols, our manager, who has to sort of play referee.
Did you say Equimini, like referencing Outkast?
Well, Equimini, I mean, the whole thing they try to present, like the artistic one and the street one, trying to, you know.
You think that's constructed or that's real?
No, that's real.
Yeah, for sure.
But with us, it's definitely like, you know, like Tariq feels like it's my group. But Tariq gets final say on all the beats. So the fact that the music protagonist of the group has to still answer to him makes me feel like it's his group.
Right.
But that tension's good.
Yeah, interesting.
Springsteen anecdote?
Greatest guy ever, man. Like, my life is changed. Like, I was that casual dude that knew of Springsteen and only knew the hits. But we did a week. Like, I'm going to tell you how powerful Springsteen was. It literally... Because you also have to understand that this is not just a television show. This is also a office job. Like
for you.
Yeah, for all of us. Like we have office jobs and offices and all those things. Like, you know, fantasy football and, you know, Meatloaf Thursdays and retreats and regular
sexual harassment.
We got to go to HR. We got to do all that regular office shit. And with office shit comes high school beef and that type of thing. You might not like this writer, or you may not fuck with dude in wardrobe.
Right.
So, like, literally, I saw like what I thought to be like at least 5 sworn enemies. They like the power of Springsteen performing really washed that beef away.
Right.
To the point where like everybody was like, "Oh, I love you, man. I love you too." Man.
Wow.
Like, I'd never seen that. And the fact that I did not know the material and he just came in and exploded like dynamite, like instantly. The next night I went to the Apollo to see him, to play at the Apollo.
Crazy.
And he literally climbed the rafters. I've never seen anyone.
I heard that.
He climbed the rafters, all 3 levels. He did the James Brown, please,
He
routine.
really hurt himself. He fell
all the way
Terrible
down.
accident. Nobody wanted to cover it.
Man, I want to see Bruce
He's
Springsteen
been dead
now.
for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I purchased his records. Like, I'm now.
I like how much I can.
That's the gun you should have used that you shouldn't have used.
That's the Kurt Cobain caliber. You know what? Because I was talking to James about this. I feel like he loves you. I feel like Bruce loves black people. And like you guys are like, he loves you
it's
guys.
It's real, but it's real love.
No,
it's
I know. No, but I also love that he loves you guys music. Like he respects you musically, and it's it makes me like proud of you guys. Only in that because I grew up in like Jersey and Philly and fucking Bruce, and then seeing how much he like loves you. I said it's like you guys are like the E Street Band that he doesn't have to pay.
Well,
you know what I mean? It's like he loves you guys like his band with no money worries, and he doesn't worry about your travel and your kids and backstage pass. It's just like it's just some dudes that I get to play with, and there's no business.
He's totally sincere. Like, I'm shocked at that. Like, I'm not a people person. Like, despite, you know, contrary to popular belief and me tweeting 24/7, like, I am not a people person. Right. I am a hermit, a I'm off-putting and all rude words. Don't even look at me as I talk to you, Neal. But he is that. He is so sincere and just so real and so interested. Like, he came in our room once.
This a real nigga.
We should stop there.
No, he's one of the realest guys ever, man.
He came to the room and what?
No, he just came in the room one day like, hey, let me see your guitar. And we just had that, like, all 7 of us had, like, a Mean Joe Coke commercial moment where he's just like, yeah, let me show you these chords. So he's like, nah, 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 nah. And then he just started performing. Like, we had a mini Springsteen concert inside of our room. We're just like,
yeah. When you say your room, it's a fucking closet. Your space.
It's a closet
at Fallon. It's like,
it has brought us together, though.
Yeah, it's truly
Neal,
like
you brought us together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's truly one of the smallest spaces.
Questlove says Doug's drops are the best part of this whole shit. And he's back.
He is back. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you will come back sometime.
That was great.
That was one of the great episodes of the show.
I feel like I wasted this episode. Like, is there anything we didn't cover?
This is Kanye West.
Yeah, no, that was great. All right, so
ladies, so check out Quest Band, the Black Eyed Peas.
Yes,
blackeyedpeas.com.
I'll be DJing at a bar mitzvah near you.
Black Eyed Peas.
Actually, I got a bar mitzvah offer. Believe it or not.
That's hilarious.
What they want to pay you?
No, bar mitzvah is serious money. Yo.
I know.
Oh
man.
yeah,
it's
like
Drake rapped about rapping at a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, am I letting out the secret that half our favorite rappers have now? Like, that's the new hustle.
Is that right? Bar mitzvah, the new hustle.
Yeah, and fucking Middle East and
oh, shit.
That's your mama's crib right there.
You should have come to my bar.
4 bar mitzvahs. Wow.
God.
Questlove, Ahmir Thompson.
Thank you.
That was great.
This is truly. I hope you guys don't lose. I know one day, like, once you get the episode, if you get the episode 500 or whatever, then it'll be refined and we'll be in a different studio. And
right.
I really hope you guys keep this Baltic Mediterranean Avenue level. I don't want y'all Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Marvin's Gardens level.
We stay ghetto. We stays ghetto.
Stay ghetto.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been fucking with the champs. So you got
finally fucking with the champs.
Fucking with the champs.
I've been waiting for that all episode.
Fucking with the champs.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Redo it?
All right, raise it up a little bit more. Turn this shit up.
No, because it's something different.
It's about